Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and if it wasn't for Top Gun Maverick, this might have been my favorite 4K disc of 2022. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel today for this review. Today we're going to be checking out Coraline on 4K here from Shout Factory in Leica Studios. This is a release that made my top 10 discs of 2022, but I had never actually done a full review video on it, so that's what I want to do here, is give you an in-depth 4K review and talk about why I think this release is so great. So first of all, on the movie itself, Coraline is a very, very good movie, and I think it would be an excellent entry into horror for a lot of younger kids, and honestly, it still has some scary moments even as an adult. It's one of the more ambitious stop-motion animated films that I've ever seen, but that shouldn't come as any surprise because it does come from director Henry Selick, who also did The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think the severely underrated James and the Giant Peach, which also does have some pretty heavy horror elements to it. So Coraline plays right in line with his past, and the stop motion animation is gorgeous. It tells a very interesting story with a lot of horror adjacent themes, and I just loved this movie. I had actually never seen it before buying it on 4K. I had it recommended to me to buy the 4K disc, and I figured, well, I've never seen the movie. Now's as good a time as ever to jump in, and it's well worth it. I could definitely see this being a Halloween staple, maybe as the kids get a little bit older, but also, a pretty good entry into that world, because I do think some of the horror of this movie could sort of, go over their heads, and it impacts adults just as much. So I loved the movie, and I highly, highly recommend it. Now, this movie here, Coraline, was brought to 4K by Shout Factory in partnership with Leica Studios, which I love this new partnership because they also did Paranorman, and they're working on some other Leica Studios releases, I believe. So they've got a brand new 4K restoration. You've got a new Dolby Atmos with the 7.1 core, and then you've got the Blu-ray disc, which has a bunch of the special features from previously released Blu-rays. But the real highlight here is definitely this 4K restoration. The Dolby Vision is a standout because this movie has just about every color on the color scale. It goes from neon to very bright colors to very dark colors to your purples, your greens, your yellows, your reds, your blues. I mean, it really, and of course every movie has all those colors, but this movie has individual segments where it's like, this is a green segment, this is a blue, this is a purple, and they really stand out on the screen. That HDR and Dolby Vision brings them to the next level over the Blu-ray. Super bright, super vibrant. It looks absolutely fantastic, and honestly, it is color-wise the best movie that I've watched on my OLED TV. Now the 4K restoration, also incredible because your stop motion, right? So essentially, these are practical effects. And if you've got practical effects, you can upscale that from whatever source all the way up to 4K. So we're not dealing with, CGI animation here where it may have been rendered at 2K and now it's sort of being upscaled, or it needs to be completely re-rendered. I mean, this was shot stop motion. So you take what was shot and you remaster it to 4K, and you've got these beautiful practical effects throughout the entire movie. And you can really tell the difference between a stop motion animated movie on 4K and the way that looks and a CGI animated movie. The detail is so clean. It really is a realistic looking picture while also being in this animation space. It's really hard to describe, but when you see it, it's just going to blow you away. I mean, I just think it's one of the most beautiful discs that I've seen, and it's a beautiful movie too. Like, there's so many great moments in this movie, and the disc and the remastering here with Dolby Vision, just incredible. Now, as good as the visuals are, the Dolby Atmos on this is also a standout. It sounds awesome, and it's a huge upgrade over the Blu-ray releases that were out there previously. It has a ton of dynamic effects. It has some great music. A lot of these little sort of, the thing I love about stop motion is there's as much detail and thought put into the sound as there is to the actual animation. And there's so many great little effects and little sound effects and all these different sort of ways they get creative with sound. And you don't always get that in an animated movie, and I just loved that from Coraline. It sounds incredible, and it's surprisingly enough, it's not at the level, obviously, of a Top Gun or a Saving Private Ryan or something that's going to really, make your neighbors call the police if you have a big system. But it's just so expertly crafted on the Atmos that it's really going to give your system a full workout. Like it has all of this different dynamic audio that I haven't heard on too many other tracks. It's one of my favorite Atmos tracks as well as one of my favorite 4K discs visually. So overall, just an amazing release here from Shout Factory. Now, you do get the slipcover if you buy this soon. I don't know how long slipcovers will last, but it's actually a little bit different. It's got the Leica film on the top. It's not like your collector's edition Shout Factory releases that you're used to seeing. And then the inside, you've got the same artwork there. You do have your 4K disc and your Blu-ray disc, both with some artwork. And then it did come with this little booklet of about, 5 pages with an article from Variety back in 2008. So that's interesting. It has that little insert, even though it's not like, Arrow Video big booklet or anything. They at least give you a little essay there to go with it. And then, as I said, it's loaded with the special features. Just to give you an idea, you get to dive into rare test footage from the shoot. You get to talk about the puppets with the animation team. You go behind the scenes in photo galleries, characters, concept art. There's an audio commentary with the director and the composer. You get the making of featurette. You get the original featurettes from the Blu-ray discs. You get deleted scenes, and you get a feature-length storyboard. So they really packed this one with special features. They packed it with a great 4K visual and an amazing Dolby Atmos track, and it's easy to see why this is one of my favorite releases, and honestly maybe the top release of 2022. So if you do want to pick this one up, I'll put a link down in the description where you can grab it from Amazon. That helps support my channel, and I appreciate that. But as always, thank you for watching this review. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video or never miss an update. We have reviews, podcasts, new movie topics. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff this year in 2023. And of course, make sure to follow me on social media, join my email list, and check out all the other ways you can support my channel from the links in the description with all my partners and discount codes. So I appreciate all that support. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I will talk to you all soon.